Mike Rizzitiello, College Place City Administrator, here to discuss the November 2024 City Project Update. So following our dates and times for key meetings at the city. November 19th at 9:30 a.m. at the City Hall Council Chambers, our city clerk is going to have a Downtown Association meeting about trying to get a Downtown Association formed for Downtown College Place. That will allow essentially the businesses all along Main Street to pay the B&O tax to the state to instead pay it to Downtown Association, and then that money could be used for facade improvement grants, events, other things that make our downtown a more lively place. Next, on November 20th at 6 p.m. is a special city council meeting at council chambers to work on the strategic plan. That's being dramatically updated because last iteration of that was about 8 years ago. Then Tuesday, November 26th, that's the council meeting will be at 7 p.m. That one will have a lot of stuff going on. There'll be a public hearing for the fiscal year 2025 budget proposal. There will also be a public hearing for fiscal year 2025 to 2030 capital facility plan that has all of our investments in infrastructure like water, sewers, storm, park, and then also departments like police, fire, administration, and so on and so forth. Also, there will be the contract for the architectural plans for the replacement community center that the county 0.09 fund is paying for. Then November 28th and 29th, city facilities, they will be closed for Thanksgiving holiday. As we get into December 3rd at 5:30 p.m. is a city council workshop, and they'll go over any sort of budget amendments for fiscal year 2024 and then year-end items. Then Monday, December 2nd is our Economic Development, Tourism, and Events Commission meeting. At that meeting, they will start work on the comprehensive economic development strategy. That opens up additional grant opportunities and then lays a pathway forward for various business endeavors here in the city. And then they'll also be discussing putting in a BEAD grant, and that grant is for broadband deployment in underserved areas. So there'll be discussion around that. Then Thursday, December 5th is our annual Winterfest. Festivities for that will be between 4 and 7:30 p.m. We'll have the bazaar in the fire station at 4 p.m. We'll have the tree lighting, the parade on College Avenue from 10th to Whitman, and then fireworks at the old Rogers Field. So that'll be that day. Then December 10th, will be the last council meeting of the year at 7 p.m. and expect any budget amendment for fiscal year 2024 and then other year-end items. Now getting into what various departments are working on. Community development, they're starting work on the comprehensive plan update. We're at the end of our cycle, so now we're starting work on the 2026 comprehensive plan, and that we'll discuss future goals and land use, climate change, the state's having us do that, so that's a new chapter, housing, economic development, things of that nature. So that'll be all through 2025, and the Planning Commission will really be leading those efforts. Also, expect that we'll be dealing with the new countywide planning policies, and that guides future growth and future urban area allocations in the future. And then as we get into finance, again, they're dialing in the fiscal year 2025 budget. If you go on their webpage, cpwa.us, and go to the finance page, there is a portal for fiscal year 2025, and you can look by council date as to various renditions of 6-year plans, and then the budget cycles as well. Going into this coming year, some of the proposed enhancements from a staffing level is the addition of a police canine, a lieutenant. Then we have a grant-funded arborist position in the Public Works Department, a storm position which will be dealing with streets and all the drainage along said streets. And then we also have a grant-funded senior planner position, and that's going to help accelerate planning approval timeframes. And then the finance department, we are going to be adding a grant analyst because we're starting to get a bottleneck in submitting for grants because we have a lot of grants, so they all help keep us all good to go there. And then police department, the addition of a lieutenant as well. Fire department, they're always looking for volunteers and so forth. We are a combination agency, so that is full-timers that support our cadre of volunteer firefighter EMS technicians. If you're interested in volunteering, the number is 509-529-6506, or the email for Chief Winter, which is dwinter@cpwa.us. As we get near the end of the year, there are various openings for our advisory commission. So if you go on the board and commission pages, you'll see some openings like for lodging tax advisory committee and ones of that nature. If you have an interest, please fill out the application, and then if chosen, the mayor will forward the application to council for their confirmation vote. Then as we get into public works, there's a lot of stuff going on there. As we get into the fall, they are doing a leaf pickup. That's all over town. So really, with our limited staff, we get to parts of town as we're able to, working methodically. So if you want to find out where they're at in the city, you can call number 509-394-8690. But they're working aggressively to get through all the whole town, and then they'll start it all over again. But if you're driving around town, you will see there's a lot of leaves falling, so that'll take a while. Also, they are prepping for snow removal season, so they got additional plows for the dump trucks to attach onto, and then also for the first time ever, we actually bought the equipment to go apply liquid de-icer like some of our neighboring jurisdictions do, so we will be testing that out. Just as a reminder for snow removal, you can go on our webpage and under Public Works, and it has all the key routes. So we have priority 1, 2, and 3 routes. So priority 1's like College Avenue and then around the schools. And then priority 2 is some of like the collector roadways that go through neighborhoods like Day. And then priority 3 are the rest of the neighborhood streets. I do want to remind folks that not all streets in the city are operated by the city. So for instance, if you live in Villages of Garrison Creek, those are not city-owned streets. Those are owned by a homeowners association, so we don't plow in there. Also, like roadways in Whitman PUD, like California and Alpine, those are not owned by the city. Those are owned by the HOA. So that those are all privately, have private snow removal. Then projects that are ongoing. Post Office Crosswalk is close to being done. We're waiting for delivery of a rapid flashing beacon and 2 pedestrian lights, but then once that's installed, we'll be good to go. It's just the supply chain on that is a challenge. Northeast Rose Street, same thing. We need a rapid flashing beacon installed at Rose and the Lambert-Wallula intersection, and we are waiting on delivery of that. Again, supply chain issues. Lions Park, they are working aggressively to get that park renovated. A lot of the below ground work is now complete. You go out there now, you'll see that the new restroom buildings are starting to come up out of the ground, as well as the new playground equipment. So it's starting to come together. The time frame for Lions Park is to have that thing ready to go and opened up by the time Farmers Market kicks off at the end of this coming May in 2025. So it's being being aimed to be open by that time frame. Then we have a lot of grants for a lot of other projects. New water tower on the grounds of the treatment plant. The design on that is done, so now we're getting ready to go to construction on that, and we're getting a lot of federal money to make that happen. Drinking water well number 8 on Southwest Teal, that has been drilled. So with that, we have some federal funds and state funds as well to put in a well house and connect up to Majania Road. Public Works Trust Fund from the state, they've agreed to fund rebuilding Birch from 4th to 6th and 6th from Date over to Bade, so you'll see that being engineered and then reconstructed. Veterans Park, engineering on that'll wrap up this year, and then we're assembling funds to reconstruct it in the next 2 years. So put in appropriate military-themed playground equipment, pickleball court, basketball court, and then new turf as well. Southeast 8th, we're wrapping up engineering and filling in sidewalk gaps between College Avenue and Larch, and then bump outs with a rapid flashing beacon across Larch to make it where it's safe to walk from downtown over Alliance Park with all those improvements. Southwest Majania, we're wrapping up right-of-way acquisition on that. And then with that, the aim is to move the construction in summer 2025, and they'll be full rebuild of Majania up to Blueview, including new water and sewer and storm underneath that roadway. We're also working on engineering, it's TIF funded engineering for the east-west road, and then the intersection of that new road with College Avenue as well is acquiring some property with TIF for some parking lots for the downtown, so that way we can waive the parking requirement for new development and hopefully see a flurry of investment in some of our historical buildings and then other structures along College Avenue as well. Then we are also spending down our FEMA brick grant, and that's to do a seismic retrofit and a repaint on the old water tower at the Public Works Yard. That's being engineered right now, and we're trying to aim for the seismic retrofit, the actual construction going into 2026, and then the repaint. Then the community center, that project, we're trying to rack and stack state and federal earmarks, but the idea there to lower costs to everyone is they have a combination childcare facility like we operate by YMCA, commercial kitchen, and then the branch library district all under one roof. So to replace the current building out at Lions Park and make it blending more with all the improvements going on out there. Then the last project is we did get word that we're getting the State Department of Transportation Highway Safety Grant to do some work on Davis between Whitman and 6th. So putting in pedestrian street lamps, and then also repaving Davis between 4th and 6th and putting a sidewalk from 4th to 6th, and then putting some ped lights on Whitman from Adams to Davis, so make that whole area a lot safer. So a lot of projects are going on. That still is a moving target as various grants get announced, and we move from the engineering to then right away and then construction phase. As we get additional information, we will let you know and post it on the website and have additional videos. With that, thank you.